Hello aspirants, welcome to Career Launcher UPSC CSAT YouTube channel. Today we'll have a very exciting topic on CSAT जहां पर हम बात करेंगे section wise question paper weightage की. So today we're gonna talk about what is the weightage of different sections in CSAT examination in past 6 years. So let's start the video. So first of all, what are the main sections that we have in CSAT examination? So verbal, reasoning and quant. These are the three main sections that we have in CSAT exam. Now let's understand what is the weightage of each section starting from 2019 till 2024 in last 6 years. So if we talk about 2019 paper, 40% of the question have come from the quants, that is mathematics. 23% question came from the reasoning part and 38% question came from the verbal, that means reading comprehension. When we move to 2020, from 40% the quant section, the mathematics section increased to 53%. Reasoning section from 23 reduced to 15%. And your reading comprehension from 38% reduced to 33%. So between 2019 and 2020, the majority of gain has been done in the quant section. Now when we move from 2020 to 21, the math section from 53, it is reduced to 39%. The reasoning has an maximum appreciation between 2020 to 2021 and from 15% it has gone up to 28%. And your reading comprehension or verbal section remains as it is 34%, between 33 to 34%. Now 2022, maths from 39 to 45, reasoning from 28 to 21 and reading comprehension again at 34%. 23, so from 22 to 23, maths again increased to 54%, reasoning had reduced to 14% and your reading comprehension again is at 33-34% range. And last year, if you talk about the last year paper, quant section 48%, reasoning 19% and your reading comprehension section 34%. So on an average, if you look at the past 6-year pattern, quant section on an average is at 54%. That means half of your paper in UPSC examination. Almost 41 to 42 questions out of the 80 questions will gonna come from your quant section. That means general mental ability and basic numeracy. 20% paper used to come from reasoning section on an average in last 6 years and rest 34% used to come from verbal, that means reading comprehension. So the biggest section in CSAT examination last 6 years, quant with close to 50%. The second biggest section is reading comprehension at around 34-35%, and then round about 20% question used to come from reasoning. This gives you a basic idea of how the paper pattern is and what you need to focus in what weightage while you are preparing for CSAT examination. So your preparation also be in sync with the weightage that's been given out here in the last 6 years. So if quant has the maximum weightage, you have to give maximum time to your quant preparation because 54% of the examination paper is coming from quant section. The second biggest section is reading comprehension, so you have to give that due importance to reading comprehension while preparing because 34% to 35% paper is coming from the reading comprehension section. Now also let's look at topic wise analysis of this sections, which will give you another idea of which are the important topics or which are the topics from where maximum questions are being asked by UPSC in last 6 years in the CSAT examination paper. So let's start with the quant section. So the biggest topic for you in the quant section, in the math section, is number system. You can see between 2019 to 2024 on an average 16 question out of 42 questions being asked in quant section, 16 questions are coming from number system. So In 2019, 8 questions are from number system, then it increased to 18, reduced to 9, again increased to 14. In 2023 and 24, that is last 2 years, 20 plus questions are from number system alone. So this becomes your go-to topic, your most important topic for your quant section in CSAT examination. The second biggest topic in last 6 years, if we talk about, is your percentage and averages. Roughly 5 to 6 questions almost every year you can find in the percentage and average topic, barring your 2023 attempt where only one question is there from this particular topic. Then comes your permutation and combination. On an average 4 questions comes from permutation combination, but again, see, UPSC we used to call unpredictable service commission, because the kind of, they don't have a trend actually. So in terms of, if we go topic wise, in terms of section wise, we still had a trend, and we can see that quant is the most important section, then comes RC, then comes reasoning. But when we are going topic wise, you can see permutation combination in 2022 they have asked 7 questions, in 23 they have asked 11 questions, but in 24 0 questions. Okay, so that is something that you need to drive from this particular table, that although there are topics from which UPSC regularly asks question, but then UPSC have that neck of unpredictability, and which means that you cannot leave any section. You cannot rely only on 5-6 topics. So that's the takeaway also from here. We are trying to find out which are the important topics, but then seeing this, we must derive this conclusion that you cannot leave any topic behind. You have to give due importance to almost every topic. Quant is your biggest section, maximum number of questions are being asked from quant. So you have to make sure that you cover all the topics in an equal importance, so that you will be able to clear your CSAT examination. Okay, let's look at time work and time speed distance. On an average 3 questions every year, on an average are coming from time speed distance and time work. Then number series 2 questions, ratios 2 questions, profit loss discount, simple interest, compound interest 2 questions, and then miscellaneous topics 3 questions. So one thing from this topic, my conclusion, my suggestion to you, number system, percentage and average. This is something that you have to make sure that you are super strong. So your practice maximum amount of time has to be given in quant to number system, percentages and averages, and after that every section is important. So you have to ensure that you cover all the topics of the quant section. In previous video I have covered what are the different topics which you need to cover when we say quant for CSAT. You can look at that video to know the topics that you need to cover for mathematics in general mental ability and basic numeracy section. Now let's look at the reasoning part. In the arrangement and ranking questions, you have 4 questions on an average every year. Clocks and calendar 3 questions, series based 3 questions, direction sense and blood relation 2 questions, syllogism 2 questions, and then miscellaneous 3 questions. Again, you can see in reasoning also there is lot of variation. In clocks calendar, they used to ask 4 questions in 2019, suddenly reduced to 1 question in 2020. 21 again 1 to 5, 500 times increase. Then reduced to 1 in 2023, again increased to 4 in 2024. So again, the conclusion from this particular chart is that you cannot leave any topic behind. You cannot just rely on 1 or 2 topics. You have to cover everything. If you need to make sure that you do not lose your attempt just because of CSAT. Now look at the verbal section or the RC section. So 30 question in 2019, 26 in 2020, 27, 21, 27 questions in 22, 26 question in 23 and 27 question in 24. On an average 26, 27 questions are being asked from reading comprehension. So this again becomes super important practice based thing. You have to ensure that you do those inference based questions, your all the abstract RCs and topic based RCs. So you do a lot of practice on conclusion based question, inference based question, so that you will be make sure, or assumption based question, so that this topic you solve at least 50%. Okay, I'll also discuss what should be your exam strategy. How many questions you must attempt to make sure that you clear CSAT and you qualify in CSAT. So my suggestion, your attempt rate, minimum attempt rate should be 50%. So out of 80 questions that's being asked in CSAT examination, 50% questions you have to attempt. That means 40 questions you must attempt. I'm taking an accuracy rate of 80%. That means out of 40 questions that you are attempting, 32 questions you will solve correctly, and there will be 8 questions that are guess based that you are not sure of, that could be wrong, okay, and could lead to a negative marking. Okay, even after that 8 question incorrect and negative marking affecting your score, you will still end up at 73.36 marks out of 200, and you will be well clear of your 66 requirement, 66 marks requirement for qualifying the CSAT paper. So that should be your strategy. So in terms of number of questions in section wise, roughly 14 questions you must attempt from reading comprehension, 18 questions you must attempt from quant section, and 8 questions you must attempt from reasoning section. In every section you will find there will be easy question, there will be medium difficulty level question, and there will be hard question. You have to find first those easy questions. If you solve your quant section, out of the roughly 42 questions that's being asked, you will find around 12 to 13 easy questions which will be there, and then you just need to solve 5 more medium level difficulty question, and your 18 mark will be done. Same goes with verbal and reasoning. So that's how you should attempt your paper, and if you do that, you will be well clear of your qualification criteria for CSAT examination. I have said this in my recent videos also, I am again saying this, CSAT examination in last 2 years has been at a very par difficulty level. It is not easy to score qualifying marks. It is not easy to score even 66 marks in 200, and I know many aspirants who have cleared the cutoff for general studies but who have failed into CSAT paper, securing even the qualifying mark, and their attempt has been wasted just because of CSAT. I also called CSAT an attempt eater because of that. So you need to make sure that you give that due importance to CSAT preparation, you give that due importance to CSAT paper, and your attempt will not get wasted just because of this paper. Even you do all the hard work into your general studies, current affairs, optional subject, interview, and everywhere. So that's all about what I have to cover for this particular video. We'll come up with lot of different videos like this. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Please share this video for other aspirants so that they'll also get benefited from this information. We'll come again with more such engaging videos. Happy learning.